Hello and good day. Welcome to another Python tutorial, and this is part 2 of our KV lesson, and this time we will be focusing on SQLite. I have with me here in my editor a Python file, so it's db.py, and we will make some scripts to teach you how simple it is to work with SQLite as a database for your apps. And one good thing about SQLite is that it's already built in to Python, so you don't need to install it. As you can see here in our requirements .text file, I don't have any installation of SQLite. So it's as simple as importing our SQLite into our file. And that's it. We already have SQLite, and let's create our database. So how do we create a database in SQLite? In creating database, let's um, type in a variable um, con, and let's call our um, SQLite 3 package, and let's connect to our um, database. So connecting, if it's already created, but if not, it will create the database based on the name that you have specified here in the parameters. So our app is related to toys. So it's a toy sale. So let's create a toys db.bb. So it's up to you on how are you going to name your database. But for this example, so I think this would be enough. So if we run this, okay, you will notice in our files, so we have a new toys underscore db.bb file here. So this is our database, and this is where we will store our um, records or data. And for simplicity, we can also install um, we can install this simple open source tool via SQLite browser. So choose the version that is compatible to your machine. For Windows, you can select the standard installer or the zip file. For macOS, so depending on your architecture or chipset rather, we have the Intel uh, installer and then the Apple Silicon. On Mac, you can install SQLite browser through Homebrew like this. Okay, and mm, I already have it installed. Let's take a look at our browser, our database rather. So here it is, the toys underscore DB, and let's open it up. Okay, so as you can see, it's an empty database. It doesn't have any tables yet, so it's zero. And I think that is the next thing that we need to do. Let's create, okay, let me minimize this. Okay, so how do we create a table in SQLite? So let's put a sort of label here. Um, Create a table. First, we need to set up our cursor. So we create a variable cur, short for cursor, and the con that cursor is assigned or stored in our cur variable. So the cur variable here, um, this one, this is the one that actually does all the heavy lifting. Um, so for example, if we want to create a table, so we will need this cur variable that we have created, and it contains the execute uh, method here. So let's proceed with creating our table. So create. So this is basically um, SQL statement. So SQL statement or query. And to create a table, so we type create table if not exist, and then our table is toys. Okay. Within this open and close parentheses uh, is where we will put our um, table fields or columns. Let's start with ID. So ID will be integer. So this will be a primary key, and auto increment and not null. Not null meaning this is a required field. And we don't need to think about this field because SQLite will be providing um, the data or the entry for this particular field. Okay, next we need name, which is name of the toy that you want to sell, and then description is also text and not null meaning required. Price, so price, this will be accepting um, currencies or decimals. So let's assign real. So it will accept whole numbers and decimal and um, and decimal numbers. Next, we have seller, or the name of the owner of the toy. Okay, seller, and then created. So created meaning when did the seller bought this toy, and then updated. So this updated field here is for tracking the changes that we will be doing with the records. Okay, so we have here our query. Oops. Okay, and then, so this time, we will call con.commit to reflect the changes so that we can see our table in our database. So let's run this query and let's see what will happen. Okay, so as we can see, there were no errors. And let's take a look at our SQLite browser. Let us refresh. Okay. Okay. So we have refreshed our SQLite browser. And as we can see here, we have successfully created our table. So we have here the ID, the name, the description, price, seller, created, and the updated field. Okay, what are we going to do next? So next, we will try to insert some data into our table. So for this, we can comment this out now because we don't need this anymore. We have already created the table. Now, let's insert some data. So, insert data to table. So, this is another query. Okay, let's call again our cursor or the cur variable, and then call again the execute method, and then so how do we insert data into our table? So we type in the keyword insert into, and then the name of the table, which is toys. And then here in our open and close parentheses, we put the field names that we need to put data. Okay, name, description, price, seller, created, and updated. Okay, next we type in values. So the values, so whatever we put here in the values will be inserted to their corresponding field names. So we will use the substitution method. We only need to put question mark, or these are like wildcards to represent the um, data that we will be providing later. And I guess that's it. Now, for the data, let's create our payload. So this will be coming from our um, ad screen that we have created in part 1. So let's say um, the name of the toy is um, teddy bear, and then description. So let's put here, so this is my uh, favorite toy, but I want to sell it now. Okay, next. So the price, remember that the price is numeric, so don't put any uh, single or double quotes. So let's say, for example, the teddy bear, I want to sell it like $15.50. Okay, okay. Never forget the comma. Okay, next. The name of the toy, the name of the owner of the toy, the seller. So let's put in here my name and created. Let's say, for example, I bought this in January, like that. And then updated. So this is a sort of timestamp. So 0609, and yeah, okay, just an example. Okay, so we have now our payload. If you notice that there's no ID here, so I didn't put here like ID is 1. I don't need to specify the ID because the ID is an auto increment ID, meaning SQLite will be providing the value for that, for the incrementing numbers. Okay, now we have here our payload. So in the execute method, so the first parameter is the SQL statement or the query. We have another parameter for the payload. Okay, so for the payload, we only need the values. I only need the values like that. And then we are using the destructor so that this dictionary will be converted to a normal list like this. Okay, so oops, let's see if this will work. Okay, so there's no error. And let's look at our um, SQLite browser. Okay, so browse table. Okay, so as you can see here, we have successfully inserted a data in our table. So we have here the name, description, price, seller, created, and updated. And as you can see, SQLite already provided the value for the ID. Okay, so let's create another one. Okay, so another one is a toy car. Let's edit this for a bit. And then the price of the toy car is 55.25, and I bought this last year and April 21st. Okay, so no errors again, looks good. And let's refresh. Okay, so we now have two items or records in our table. One is the teddy bear and one is for the toy car. Let's add one more. So let's say toy soldier. And I want to sell this for 125 and 75 cents. And I bought this a long time ago. Then let's execute and let's see the result. Okay, so we now have three records. Okay, just keep in mind that the payload is a dictionary, and then this is how we convert our dictionary to pass value values to our table. Okay, and then next. So we already have um, data in our table. So we don't need this and this one. So let's try to query the data in our table. So, okay, select all rows. Okay, so how are we going to do this? So just like what we did, okay, then let's type in select asterisk from toys. So basically, we will be selecting all of the records in our table, meaning all these three items or records we will try to pull and display in our app. So our query is select asterisk from toys. And then um, let's save the value of this statement to our um, variable rows, and then rows we will call the fetch all. So basically this fetch all, this will be the one that will fetch and display the items in our table. Okay, so in select, so in select statement, we don't need the con.commit. So we will comment this for now. We will use this later for the update and then the delete. If there are changes to be made like create table, insert, update, and delete, so we need this extra call to persist all our changes to the table. But if we are just pulling data from the table, we don't need con.commit. Okay, so I think rec is much better, or short for record, and then we will save the record that fetch all to our variable rows, and then let's use the for statement to display the items. So okay, so let's see what will happen. So let's run our select statement. Okay, so as you can see, um, we have we are successful in pulling the data from our table. So we are able to show the values. So from each record, okay. But as you can see, pulling the data using the fetch all is not very convenient. This is sometimes confusing. So let me teach you a much better way to pull items from our table. Okay, here, okay, let's create our model class. So this is an object-oriented programming approach, and for this we will um, need the data classes or the data class package. Okay, let's create a class um, toys TBL, or maybe toys model is more appropriate. Okay, so oops. Okay, so we're now using the data class package. So let us just list down the fields like this. Seller is string, and then created is also a string, and then updated is string as well. So we have now created our toys model. The toys model, this is coming from, or we created this from a data class. Okay, so how are we going to use this? So let's go back to our select statement. So we will shorten this up, all of this statement into a one-liner. So how are we going to do it? So let's type in rows. So we used colon here to signify what type or what data type these rows should have. And we already created the data type. So this toys model becomes our data type. So rows, we need a list of toys model. So it's a list because as you can see in the result, we have 3 in the list. So is equals to cur dot execute, and then let's just copy the statement, the select statement. I think it's much better to put this. on a single line, and I think we can use just the um, double quote or single quote depending on your preference. And then let's call in the fetch all. So all of these lines here has been simplified into this one line here. Okay, so we don't need all of this. Now, how are we going to show the items in our table? So instead of using indexes, so toy, okay. So the asterisk here is a destructor. So the items from the row is passed here. Now we have here the toy variable. Now to display, so it's as easy as like a normal object. Okay, so this is much better. And then let's run this again to see if it works. And it still works. Yep, still works. So we have the same result, but a much better implementation. Okay, now next, for example, we only need just one item from our table. Mhm. Okay, so we will be doing the same structure as this one. The only difference is that we will be supplying a parameter and we don't need a list. Okay, so let me show you. So we don't need the list, and then to search for a particular record, we need to use the primary key, which is the ID. We need to use something that is unique for the whole record. And for our table, the unique um, unique value is the ID. So we will use that. So where ID is equals to question mark. Okay, So just like what we did in the insert statement, this one. So we need a payload. Okay, let me comment this out real quick. So we need a payload. The payload is ID, and let's say for example we want to display the first item in our table. Okay, so we only need the values like this, and we need to use the destructor. Okay, and then let's copy. We don't need to copy the for statement. Okay, so just like that. Okay, let's check our query. So I think, okay, it looks good. And let's test. Okay, let's see. Oops, we have here. Okay, so we have here an error. Okay, we forgot to change this. We need the fetch one method. Okay, so let us check. Okay, in selecting all rows, we need the fetch all. But if we need only one particular row, we need the fetch one. Okay, so let's test it again. Okay, so there it is. We don't have any errors and we were able to pull just one item. Let's try 3. Okay, so there. The result is shown. Okay, so we have here the create table, insert data, select all, and then select one. Next, um, let's say for example, for the third toy or the third item, the toy soldier, I want to sell my toy soldier like for only $100. So how are we going to update this record? Okay, so let's comment this out. Let's put this aside, and then so in order to update a record, we need to have at least an ID or an index. And we'll just copy the payload from before because we need a payload. Okay, so again, um, for that execute again, and then the statement is update toys set price equals asterisk where ID equals question mark. So set price equals question mark where ID equals question mark. And let's put here the price because we have two um, we need two items to make our query work. Okay, so the same as what we did previously. So let's just copy and reuse the code that we did earlier. Okay, and always take note of the order. So price goes first and then ID. But our payload, the ID goes first and then price. So we need to fix this. So in updating using the substitution method, order is very important. Okay, so take note of that always. And then since we are making a change on our table, we need again the con.commit statement or command. Okay, and I think we're good. Let's test our code. Okay, no errors. Let's look at our record. So the original value is 125.75. Let's refresh. And there you have it. Our price has been updated. Okay. So in update statement, we can add as many fields as we want. So price, description. Take note that the field here is separated by comma, but the where statement here must not have a comma before it. Okay, so this will produce an error. Okay, so we have here the price, we have here, we need to include the description. Okay. Let's put in here, this is an edited description value. Okay, so take note of the double quotes. So if you need to put an apostrophe, like it's, oh no, rather we need to include a double quote within our statement. So as you can see, this produces an error. So in order to fix this, we need to escape our double quote, or better yet, use a single quote if you're going to use a double quote or a quoted string in the value. Okay, so let's just escape this. Okay, so we will try to update record number 2. Okay, so let's see what will happen. So remember, order matters. So price description ID, price description ID. Let's run this. Okay, so no errors. And let's see in our SQLite browser. Let's refresh. So the original value is 55.25. And then this is my favorite toy car for the description. And then let's refresh. Okay, so as you can see, the description has changed and the price as well. Okay, so we have here the most of the things that we need. Okay, so how do we delete items from our table? Okay, this will be the last uh, topic, deleting. So the same with updating, we need to also have an ID or index, something that is unique. If it's not unique and if it has a duplicate, so there will be some um, errors that will happen out of our control. Okay, so let's copy the payload that we used earlier. So we will be deleting, for example, the third record, and then we will call um, cur.execute again, and then okay, in deleting items from our table, so the statement is delete from toys where, okay, where ID equals question mark. So we are using again the substitution method, and then we are using again the payload. So better to copy. Okay, and we also need the con.commit. I forgot to add the con.close. So every time we are done connecting to our server or to our SQLite database, so it should close the connection. Okay, so let's see what will happen. Okay, so no errors. Let's go to our SQLite browser. Let's refresh, and there we have it. So um, record number 3 is gone. It has been successfully deleted. If you're not comfortable using the substitution method like this, we can do it the old-fashioned way, like this, and then no, so okay, let me divert this. Let me put this in another line. So this is via the substitution method, and then this one is using the format. Okay, so we can also do this. So let's say 2, and we don't need the second parameter. So string format. Okay, and let us test. Okay, and let's see in our browser. Okay, so it's gone. So two different methods, but the same outcome. Okay, so it's up to you which method are you going to use. And I hope that this lesson has will be helpful to you a lot, to you um, in your studies. So um, in our next video, um, in the part 3 of our video, we will now combine our SQLite knowledge with the app that we are building in part 1. Okay, so stay tuned for the part 3 of this series, um, and I hope that um, you have learned a lot from this tutorial. Okay, so see you again for the next video, and thank you and bye for now.